And we are live from the hashtag.
That is so.
There you go. Tonight we're coming to you. As you can see, my name was, or my title of this tonight is something like, has anybody let the car dealers know at the shows, the memo? And we'll get into that in a little bit. But first, I just like to, as Nats man told me before we even got started today, it is 9/11. So we would like to, remember those that were fallen in that. We got to remember it was all creeds, nationalities, backgrounds, religions. So, that was still in our minds, and
Never forget.
never forget. That's going to be up there with a lot of things. We'll never forget for the wrong reasons. But let's get into what we did this week. Now, we went to the card show, Nats man. Did you pick up anything else this past week or do anything?
Well, I lost about 10 pounds in the sauna in that thing.
But, yeah, we'll get to that. And a minute. Hey, Paige, let's see if we get more people to jump on. But I know before we went, you had a pretty good morning.
Yeah, we did good. It was enjoyable. Scott came down and he kicked back and relaxed. Emily finally got to meet him, and they hit it off. And
awesome woman.
And he let me finish my lunch. And,
yeah.
So then we headed out to South. I guess it's not really South Charlotte, but
what's up? 257. Yeah, I was gonna let you tell where we went because I have no idea. I don't know. I just know we're around Charlotte somewhere.
It's one of the Hiltons. It's the Hilton directly off I-77 at Tyvola Road. It's an older hotel. It's been there forever and a day.
Yeah, they're redoing the inside of it.
Yeah, and I got to thinking, it wasn't very American disability accessible for sure. And that's not CLT Charlotte promoter's fault. That wasn't his fault, but we can get into that later, when you want to. But we went, and that's in Charlotte. But it was fairly easy to get to, minus the traffic with the rain. That we were wondering. We went later in the day. And
I did get a little sideways coming around that turn where everybody decided to stop.
That's horrible. But I picked up some cards. I know you want.
You can just roll through. I mean,
I'm a Redskins fan. We're looking to go to Chantilly. Joe Theismann's going to be there signing autos. So I wanted to pick up just a couple, see if I can pick up a couple more cards, be worth taking. But this is the first one. This guy bought all these cards. They were 2 for $1. It was actually for a charity for Leukemia of Charlotte. You gotta.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And some of these I've got already. But
go back to that Joe Theismann before that.
Oh, with the locks.
No, the second one. I would just want to point. I do like that card. But that one there, that year is the cards are so off-centered. All of them. Yeah. Like, man, it's ridiculous. And that's what Elway, Marino, rookies. And
yeah, they're pretty bad, cutting.
That year, I don't know why. I like that year. Yeah, I like that card. I love the one bar on his helmet.
Yeah, I always thought that was pretty cool. You always had the kicker's bar.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Diesel.
There you go.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with my man.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you're going to show
Joe Theismann, cloud of dust.
Hey, if you're going to show Joe Theismann, I hate that it happened to him. Couldn't happen to a better player. University of North Carolina.
Yeah. And he's from Williamsburg, Virginia, just to throw that in there.
So. Hey, I tried to the South.
That's right. Yeah, so LT, it was funny. 1 year at the National, when I got Lawrence Taylor's autograph, as Lawrence Taylor At the end of his, right next to him, they brought Joe Theismann out, and he sat. And I guess they're friends now, because I know Lawrence Taylor called him like that day or went to the hospital, or because you remember Lawrence Taylor had to come out that game. He was so shaken up.
Oh yeah, as soon as he saw it, he's like slapping his head, like, "Oh my God, y'all come out!"
Yelling, and I mean, he had it, yeah. So that I'll never forget that. I broke my arm Wednesday at JV my freshman year, had surgery that weekend, and I got home that Monday night. That game was on Monday night, and that happened. Yeah, I threw up.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have bothered me before then, but I just had 2 plates put in my arm.
It's still nauseous looking at it today.
Yeah, it was so nasty. It was really bad. And here I got.
Yeah, you got to show what you got picked up.
Yeah, so I got a stack. I hit two boxes, and I give you my thoughts on that. But of course, we're going to be having to.
I didn't know you got the marbles card.
What's that? That marbles?
I didn't know you got that.
Here's another little Soto. Picked up.
Y'all, we're going to get into some Soto discussion about.
Yeah, we're going to get into a nice little Piazza. Another little nice little Piazza. Is
there a theme?
Yeah. Pete. I told you, man, I've been getting more and more into my catchers. Another Pete. I picked up a lot of numbered cards, man. This is my thing right now. Colors, numbers. Now I got a little Mount Castle run coming at you. I did not have. That's a pretty chrome. Stadium Club gets no love, man, and their chrome is the best chrome card out there.
And some of the best images, quality images.
Yeah, that's a little Rushman for you. A Trout short print, picked up out of a box. Now, I mean, and then I got a discount on it. Trout, his career is over with. Got it twice. That's how much I wanted it. Thought this was a funny card. Now some Brett Beatty's, even though he's out for the rest of the year with thumb. A black Cal Ripken border.
That's nice.
Didn't have that one.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm coming real close on 1,000 Cal Ripkens. I never really super collected before, so I should have. Here's a legend car for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
Eddie
a man.
And Murray right there. That when I say Legends card, I hope people understand like that. There are short prints that year and a couple of maybe even this year. They put Legends in the short prints, and then a David Wright number card to 149.
If you don't know who Eddie Murray is, you need to go Wikipedia. Get some education.
Greatest switch hitter ever, man. I think.
Absolutely. Hall of Fame, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm sure some people want to argue with some of the biggest names of baseball.
Hey, you know what they called him in Charlotte? His nickname in Charlotte when he played for the Charlotte O's, don't you?
Who knows? What? Lamb chop?
T-bone. Every time he hit a home run, there was a steakhouse in Charlotte that was open at the time, and he was guaranteed a T-bone steak every home run he hit.
Oh, okay.
I kid you not.
That's great. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, Andrew, I love those. I look for them every year. It's a good way to get some of the great players of the past that you still collect today to fill out and usually they're just short printed. They're not super short prints, so they're not stupidly priced. But anyway, so me and That's Man went to the show yesterday. Rainy, overcast day. Now, in Charlotte this weekend, you had soccer. Panthers, Browns today.
Auto show.
UNC Charlotte was playing somebody yesterday.
They played Maryland at home. Yep.
Maryland at home. So, yeah, Chipper Jones was a very good switch hitter. I agree. That's I knew. I love seeing some names pop out. I like the yells of controversy every once in a while.
But Eddie was the best.
Yeah.
Hey, Don.
What's up? What's up, Don? Nice to see you, brother. So it was a lot of people in Charlotte, just outside of being charlatans there. So, and it's already a pretty. This area of North Carolina is pretty packed with people.
The interstate is 20 to 25 years behind, and they just added lanes to where we went through.
Right. Now, I've drove enough in the DC area, so when I didn't bother me.
It reminded you of DC, did it not, a little bit?
Yeah, it does, but it was still not enough.
There, when we made the curve therein, I think that's where it did.
Yeah, that curve. What was bad was somebody stopped for some reason, where it shouldn't have been. So I thought we were going to have to stop at the top of that hill.
I messed up and should have brought the pass, the ride thing, but my bad.
Oh, it don't matter.
Take the express.
I'll send it to Iowa. I'll never get it. We're good.
Inside joke, y'all. It was. We kept saying that. Yeah, but this hotel is right there near the stadium as well.
We got a first timer tonight, Nat.
Who's that?
Cooter Lev. Nice to have you on, Cooter. Enjoy the chat. If you have questions. I don't know. I don't claim to know really anything. I just like to chat about the hobby and learn. But please enjoy yourself. I hope you've seen some of my chats before on replay.
We got to get Colorado Sports Dude on here.
What is up, Colorado Sports Dude? And we know this is a
long time fan, supporter of both of our channels.
You'll hope everyone is great this football Sunday night. And that's been a big Scott. Need a Legends rookie card, double rookie cards, say 2 future Hall of Famers on the back. LOL. Thanks, man.
Thanks,
yeah, I will talk a little bit about the new rules too. 357 tonight. I'm glad you brought that up. We got Scott Matz on here. Hello, gents. Hi, Scott. But anyway, so we get to the show. It's a typical hotel. You pull up. Most shows, though, is like they have an alternate entrance that doesn't go in the front all the time. I can't say most, sometimes. But this one did, so I was nice enough and dropped off. We got Fernando in the house.
What's up, Fernando?
So I dropped him off. I just parked right across the street. There was plenty of parking around there, so all I did was cross the street. If you didn't know where I parked, that's right across the street was a whole parking lot.
Okay.
That cool. People should. I don't know why people were parking all the way around the back.
I figured she went down to the Ferrari dealership that was there at the corner when we turned in.
Yeah, but they saw my hunk of junk pull in. No, I won't try to buy nothing. So
that's who's got money, brother.
But so we get there. You had to walk. They had it all blocked off because they're redoing the lobby, which is that's fine. That's places need to upgrade. It was plenty. I thought it was plenty of room, but me and him need to go to the bathroom, and it was closed for cleaning or something. But we found another.
It was cleaning. Yeah, she's in there taking her time.
Yeah, we found another one, and we got in. But but they had their tables. What's up, Lee Rock? You haven't missed much of anything.
Just getting started, brother.
Yeah, so they had. You could tell like this show is growing, right? So, and they're trying to use the same room. And now this is the second show in about a month now I've been to here that with the same issue.
And that's where they were at last year, minus one show at Knight's ballpark.
Okay. Because that is just, I don't know what that, if that's the biggest room that hotel has, they need to find somewhere else. If a fire marshal came, they would have shut that place down. And that's when we were there. Now, when I was in there, the guy was having a conversation. It was a solid line walking around in there that morning. And just, you couldn't move. And it was hard for us to move.
The promoter's father-in-law, I spoke to him when we were leaving.
Uh-huh.
And, like I was telling you, I'll share this. He said it took him an hour to find a parking place that morning.
Yeah. So, and I didn't even like how they had all that stuff set up in the front. You couldn't hardly walk from where you bought
They
your
had
ticket.
well, that was, what that was to the left. I've never seen this before. It was a management headhunting agency.
Oh, was it?
Why would you be at a
I have no
sports
idea.
car show?
I guess they think managers go there. I don't know.
I can speak. I know, somebody that's disabled and has mobility issues. And I saw two other people there with mobility issues. I did not take my walker with me.
I'm glad because the one guy that did, he was knocking into everybody.
Yeah, there was no room. There's no room.
Yeah, so if you were standing at one table looking at cards and somebody was directly behind you, there was no way for people to get between you. It didn't matter if you had backpacks on or not.
Yeah,
I'll always carry a backpack for the simple reason is I put waters in. I don't care how big or small the show is. There was nobody selling drinks there. If I had I just want to set up a beverage table at one of those shows.
Honestly, they should have been giving waters out for free.
Right.
As hot as it was.
I didn't think it was as hot as you were saying it was. I did think it was warm. But what compounded that was the closeness of everybody, I think. And just, I did not feel comfortable. That's why I was like, hey, man, you were hot. I was frustrated.
You saw where you found me.
Yeah. I mean, we were there 2 hours, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Even Emily said, "You're back already?"
Yeah. And
now y'all got to remember where we drove to is a good 20-minute drive, easy.
And I drove an hour down to your place, so which wasn't that bad. That was a drive. It was straight shot. That doesn't bother me. But I went somewhere after I left your place, and I found the mall there, Concord Mills or whatever.
Yeah, that's the biggest mall in the state.
Oh my God.
That's where my office. That's where my precinct office was.
Oh, really?
The last 4 years I was at.
It had like what two go-kart, like real go-kart tracks outside.
Yeah, the inside. If you walk inside, it's one big circle.
Yeah,
it's a mile. You walk a mile.
Okay. Well, I was just every time I go to a new area, I look for card stores, which I've already looked for that, but I also look for gaming stores. And they had they got a nice little retro gaming store in there. So I went by there and I ate at a nice they had a nice little ramen place in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a sushi roll and some ramen and ate there. So that was pretty cool. Big place. And they do have, just to let you know, in the future, they do have a Fanatics Lids locker room in there, and that card thing was packed to the brim with card stuff. They still had Bowman, the big boxes of Bowman.
I hadn't been in the mall, and I knew that Lids has been in there forever. So,
they have a Lids, but then they have a locker room. See, there's two different stores.
Mm-hmm.
So you got locker room presented to you by Lids, and then you have Lids. Lids is still the hat store, but when you go to the locker room, it's T-shirts and knickknacks and all kinds of stuff. So I just went in there to see what they had, so
they had some boxes in there,
not like hobby boxes, but they had like the blasters. They had Upper Deck. They had everything. The Bowman like Mojo boxes and stuff were in there. So they had some of those, and they just had full, like that whole both sides was just full pegs, full shelves of cards.
Well, we can see where they're going with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I like to find it because I knew that was a nice mall, and I know those stores are in the nicer malls. So I was like, let me see if one's here and what it looks like there. And I didn't pick up anything, but I was like, man, okay. And every mall is going to have this, along with probably be a Target and Walmart and everything. We got Staven going with us tonight. Dr. Exclusive is on with us. How you doing, guys? But anyway, so what me and Nat's been really talked about going back to dropping him off. I just kind of drove by his apartment and tossed him out in the rain. But I slowed down. There's some mean speed bumps at his place where he lives. They're like almost squared. But anyway, was the pricing. In the national, a lot of people were talking about overpricing. And this was my first show since the national, I believe. No, I take that back. Hickory was, but I noticed in there, and I just think, I think it took a while for the dealers at shows to catch up to eBay when the COVID happened. Now it's taking them time to catch up for the pricing to go in the other direction. Because, my gosh, they were so. No, I am not selling that Piazza, sir. No, I am not. That Piazza is staying.
That's the size of that's the room. Are you seeing it?
Yeah, I'll pull it up for us. So, yeah, and that. Go back. That is not giving us.
That's not even.
Somebody was generous. In the very corner of that place.
Because that's right where you walk in at.
Is that?
Right there behind you.
Yep. Okay, so over here. Right. Well, they got it set up different at this one too.
Mm-hmm.
So your buddy was set up. He couldn't even hardly stand up straight where he was standing by the wall. And then they put people out in the hallway. It was
several,
It was not fun. It took all the pleasure out of it. It really did. Pujols hit another one. That's nice. So we went there, but man, the vintage. I know the vintage prices went up, but holy cow! And not only that, we saw a lot of raw. That's why I'm really thinking. Now that PSA's lowered their pricing, which we'll talk a little bit more, and making it a little bit more affordable, I think we'll start seeing it more and more in the future. But it was a lot of raw, and those guys were trying to sell it like it was graded.
It was pretty bad, y'all.
Yeah. And then the trick, I reached out to one of my buddies that sets up a stores. Short notice, he couldn't come on tonight because I wanted to see in a different part of the country, and I wanted to see what his thoughts were. And I was like, because they're setting up these boxes and they're putting these deal prices on them, or I'll take off X amount. But they're jacking up the prices of those cards, or they're priced at 2020 prices, and they're saying, instead of trying to reprice everything, they'll just say, I'll take 25% off or give you a deal afterwards. And if we agree, we agree. Because they're not really dollar boxes. Mine were not dollar boxes. They were more of, discount boxes or whatever. And I saw that a lot at the National. You have your dollar boxes. There were quarter boxes there, stuff like that. But I can get that stuff. The numbered cards and stuff, you don't run across those all the time, the different colors, where I can pick and choose which ones I want. And yes, it's on the fly, so it's kind of hard to go into my spreadsheets and go, do I need this one? I kind of go off of feels, and if I got a duplicate, I get a duplicate of it. I'm not really worried about it. But I was telling Nats was finding me some Clementes. And again, I'll go back to what John said on his video. I think people are getting a confusion on some of these cards for whatever reason. There's a rarity of these older cards that is just not there. Do you think? Because even if, a Clemente 1960 card, there's only. What did I tell you? How many were graded? 50 of them, the guy told me. PSA graded. So he told me a price of it and had on there to pop only 50 graded at that 5.
And he pushed the pop really bad on you.
Yeah, and I was like, Well, how many is graded it's above a 5? How many is graded in SGC? How many is graded in CSG, HGA? How many is not graded? Because I'm a collector. I can care less about the pop. I can care less about, I wanted the card. I don't care about the pop report. And I know people do, and I don't blame you if you do for what you're, but my reasoning is don't make up a rarity in it, a built-in rarity in it. That's not there. I can get those cards anytime I want to if I'm willing to pay the price. So don't make price equal rarity. Tag grading, exactly. We'll have that too soon. And I mean, you know what? 357. I'm trying to be open-minded with them because as much as they've been obnoxious and pretty protective of how they're doing things, they haven't been numbskulls like HGA. And all the cool kids jumped on the HGA bandwagon. But I'm giving Tag a little more room because I don't know why. I just want to, I guess, because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the asshole to go screw Tag. I don't even give them a chance. And I don't think they've done anything to not give them a chance. So they can't be any worse than some of the other stuff we've seen. So, do I agree with the centering and stuff like that? No, but time will tell. And I really think they came up with this thinking that somebody was going to buy the process from them. Was it propriety or whatever it is? I don't know. It's a big word. I only have a small word. Yeah, I do 3.5. So let's leave. The guy for HGA came out and was just obnoxious, and I didn't like. He threw up a lot of red flags for me at the beginning. Tag as well, and like I said, they've been very protective on how the whole thing works. I understand that they get a card and then they base that card. All other cards are based on that card, but what's the mother card, right? You got to, how did you come up with the mother card? And, and how do you grade Stadium Club with no borders or game within the game cards that have no borders? That's going to be, I don't know how you do that. Because you got to have a mother card, so with no borders, I don't know how you come about that. Battery, nice to have you on tonight. I gave HGA a chance when they were limiting submissions and returning when promised. Then they opened it up and started getting late. See,
seems to be everybody's problem when they do.
Yeah, and I do want my cards back, right? At a certain time, and I'm waiting to see. I do have some cards at PSA, and I'm waiting to hear from my bulk submitter when he's going to take submissions for the new price and what his new price is going to be aligned with that and all that stuff. So I will grade with them, but I can tell you this: if it doesn't come back within 3 to 4 months, like they're saying, I'm done. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. Or shame on me. So it's just that when it come to grade, and I hope you all had a chance to see my Saturday show. I didn't really show off any cards, but I had some discussions, some great discussions. Play a little devil's advocate with a few people, just see what the remarks would be. On grading, because with all this tag and PSA and what's going to be the response by the other ones, and I can tell you what I think the response is going to be. Nothing according to what they do. You're going to do what's best for your company. You can give a rat's ass what the other companies are doing. If you're making money at whatever you're doing it at, why would you lower it just because somebody else lowered? I think that is just hopeful thinking on our part as consumers. And I'm with everybody on that. I hope it does come down. But if it does come down, that just means there's less people grading and they're trying to get more money. And we're going in the wrong direction. So you better hopefully they come down because they can and not because they need to get more cards in to make money. Yeah. And the time it takes PSA to return a card, you can conceive and deliver a human being. That's 100% true. I know of people that put cards in, were not pregnant, had the kid before they got the cards back. Maybe T human beings, 18 months. Yeah. But they're they are hardcore on this 3 to 4 months thing. And I hope they they can do it. I mean, they're opening up places. So let's again, let's see what they do. Let's give. We haven't had the chance to give the new team a chance because when they took over at a time that they had such a backlog and then added to it because they didn't know what to do, that they got crippled. So let's see what the new team does now. Now they starting from baseline. Let's see what they do. They fail, and we go on to the next one. My only question with like some of the other ones, like CSG taking 25 cards, that's a good thing for the consumer. But why did they have to do that? Are they not getting enough cards in? They are getting them back around a month to people. So they're doing some good things. Or, why did they have to go from 50 to 25? I think it's an awesome thing they did that for me. But when you think about it, it's like, do they need more cards in to make a little bit more bank? Do you have any thoughts on that, Nats being roll? Yeah.
Got a little cough. Yeah, got a little cough from the rain, man.
Yeah.
As far as PSA
or any of
with 25 cards at that dollar amount makes it an even $500.
Right.
It's an even number. It's easy for bookkeeping. It's it's a good amount. It's a good. You and me have kicked the can around about sending something in because I'm still a member. My membership's still good.
Yeah.
At the price point, it's good for the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I agree with you 100%. The new ownership, they're still in the honeymoon phase.
Right.
They're still making changes. Changes are just now starting to get implemented, as we can see.
Yep.
I don't really have an opinion about Tag. I watched a video about them with Rolling with FB today. Rolling FB, if you get feedback on this, that was a really good interview did with Tag, going through their card grading and stuff. I don't know, man. In my opinion, I think you need to be algebra trig knowledge to do their grading, but
right.
It looks like they're here to stay. I mean, it looks like they put an investment in that they want to be a player of some sort. SGC, they're in their lane. I think they're staying in their lane. They know what they are. They know what what their consumer is. Their base consumer is the collector, not a flipper. We all know that there's various degrees of each on the scale, but your traditional collectors who they deal with is their base consumer. So I think they're doing good keeping that.
Mm-hmm.
If people are worried about the way the economy is now, and people are tightening up the belts because this is disposable income that you should be using for the hobby. And, as long as it's that, there shouldn't be an issue on how long you wait for something.
Right.
I think the biggest gripe I've heard from people was people that are still flipping, still thinking this was, a year and a half ago or, a year ago, thinking they're going to get a card and flip it. And they're worried about getting it back, so much time.
Well, with PSA, like I said before, their bigger cards are still in line with the prices that they're charging anyway, right? So if you have a bigger card, it's $150 and you're guaranteed a week or whatever, 2 weeks guaranteed.
Yeah,
and people are getting those back since they opened that up. So I just I kind of want to see, talking to Andrew here, why can't there be technology that could scan that, then grade, and then encapsulate the card in a local hobby shop in every little town in America?
It's called
Probably
overhead.
will sometime, but you got to have a lower price. That's like the biggest problem why our cards are delayed and in backlog is because not every Panini Topps Upper Deck and Leaf don't own their own uh, stuff to do it with. They all go through the same people that do the printing for them. So
you're not going to get a card shop that's ever going to do that.
No. But I'm just saying the problem is the price of that stuff is so expensive that a printing press, if it goes down and you need parts for it, man, and Tops, and they.
If you would go back, anybody's interested.
Somebody.
The scanner.
Mm-hmm.
SGC has one scanner.
Mm-hmm.
Those scanners are several $1,000s unless you get one that's used and it's outdated, honestly, because I've used one before. And it's used to check, when they're checking the signature and the card, when they're really doing zoom in on a card, they take it to that scanner, and they've showed that on one of their videos before.
The thing that seals the plastic, they're expensive.
And
it's some type of like wave technology or something that connects, puts them together. It's not glued or.
And quoting Tommy Boy, I know you love Tommy Boy as well. What's the famous line from Tommy Boy that he gave?
You're not going to stick your head up the ass of a cow to see who's the butcher or whatever.
Yeah. Anybody can slap a label.
But that is because, and the reason why I was bringing up this is because at the last two shows, I have ran into more and more people that are new to the hobby, and these poor people, I talked to you a little bit. They come in and they have questions. Where should I grade? Why should I grade with them? Who's the best grader? And I know for a fact in one of my group text groups, you can ask that question and probably get 3 different answers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and 2 of the answers coming from me.
Unless you're in one group and that group is being compensated
right
by one of the other people that don't want you going to somebody else. So.
That's right. I think I'm still in that group just because I like to see what they say and I laugh. I don't never say anything. But I just it's so opinionated and it's fun. Like I said in my video yesterday, I heard Mike say this for the first time I've ever heard in a baseball collector. So I want to make sure he gets credit for me saying this because I'm going to use this phrase a lot. I have a Frankenstein collection. I know what to describe it as now. I have different parts and different pieces. I have all different kinds of graded stuff. I have non-graded. I use, I whatever I want is how I do it. Whatever feels right at the time, I have that Star Wars 101 trifold that I couldn't find anything for, and it'll cost me $100 to get graded at SGC. So Nina came up with a great suggestion to put it in one of those floating glass frames, and it looks awesome where it's at. And I thank her for it. And thinking of people, I want to say this before forgetting. I want to say at the beginning, and I got sidetracked on 9/11, which is again, I know I got more people in here now. We're remembering 9/11. We got Nats is wearing his integrity, courage, and honor shirt, and we never forget and all that. But I want to say this community is awesome, right? I told Natsman this. I have somebody at work that you just got to follow along with me for a minute, going down the rabbit trail, down the rabbit hole. I got a gentleman I work with. His wife has a friend that has a father that passed away. Right? So after cleaning out the father's house, they keep running into these cards. And they're not just any day cards. They're not like 50s and 60s. We're talking 1909,
Tell them the one card. Go ahead and tell them.
19. One of them was a Cy Young card. And I hope B-Roth, I've been meaning to text you. So I text B-Roth with both times I've been talked to. Brian, me and him talked some at the show.
Great resource.
One of the nicest guys I've ever talked to. Me and him talk to each other. When you say that, known each other forever and you only seen each other on YouTubes. That's the way me and him were. Me and him on Messenger, and I brought in, there were some Philadelphia cards. So I got Mike O into it. And I know he's been really big in pre-war. And these guys have been 100% helpful to me because that's not where I live. That is not, I have no idea. I just knew as soon as because this guy knows less because he asked me who this guy, because I don't even know who it is. So it was, and also B-Roth, the back was a different back. She sent the right back picture. So I guess it is a real card. The next thing is I'm trying to get it from them so I can get it graded for them and then send them in the right direction after that. But, and it will be, I want to use SGC for the pre-war. Just want to put that out there because I didn't really talk about that yesterday because I don't deal with pre-war. But even I know you should get your vintage, especially pre-war, through SGC. That's kind of a standard. So, and they know what they're doing. I think they know what they're doing with everything.
It's not PSA, it's not BGS, it's SGC.
Yeah, and I've been questioning PSA grading for a while, but it's just where everybody likes to be at. But,
I love the magical the thumbnails too.
Yes, the thumbnail. But I've seen that also. Which was it? SGC. I saw that in. I just all of a sudden I started getting thumbnails in my cards. But anyway, I still think it's how they pull it out. I think they cut the side, pull it out of the side.
Because we know they don't use gloves.
Right. And even if they do, I don't know how they would pull them out with gloves. That would suck.
Get you some rubber gloves, you wouldn't necessarily.
I work with rubber gloves.
Unless you're a woman. Unless you're a woman, unless you're a female, you got longer nails, yeah. But
yeah, I mean, yeah. But anyway, get back to the show. I've heard a lot of people coming up. Where do I get graded? I just got started. I don't know what these prices, and all this, that, and the other. So these dealers at the shows are still making good because a lot of people don't understand pricing. I mean, that's what we talked to them way back. But, I'm kind of eBaying it right now because, man, I have been just killing it on auctions. I don't know why
eBay's cheaper.
Right. Even paying the $5 shipping sometimes. I'm like, I just stole this card. And then you still have Sport Lots and PWCC, like I was talking about yesterday, and the other auction houses. So, I think the dealer and the card shows are just going to have to catch up. And me and you were talking about how small this community is on YouTube and on all the socials. And then on top of that, so if you say that how small it is, how many people we have watching, then you go to shows, and how many people at those shows do you think?
I've not met one vendor out of the 3 shows. None of them are on YouTube, know anything about the hobby.
Right. And YouTube. A lot of them are very narcissistic and think they already know everything. But
I know what you're talking about.
Huh?
I know what
they do. They do. I've ran into a lot of them, and you sit there, and again, I saw a guy at the show yesterday. Bowman prospect cards had rookie labels on them, trying to sell them as rookie cards. The guy that we ran into that I wanted to buy the purple purple Bowman's prospect cards from a Beatty and Alvarez, and he's trying to sell them off as, oh, that's his first base card. No, it's not. He's got a Bowman first, man. This is not. Come on. And I said, okay. I just tell him, okay, I'll think about it. Whatever. I'm not going back to that. And even I picked up what I picked up and left.
And I think I only saw there was only one table that was marked they buy, they trade. That was interesting. Even though I had some, I took 2 slabs to see if I can move them or, kind of get a feel of what they wanted on it. One was they wouldn't even touch it because they said it was out of their price range. And then the other one, Juan Soto BGS Pristine 10, the best offer, I think when I say was 150 or 120 bucks.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm like, please.
But I mean, that's talk about Juan Soto. There's another person. I go to this show.
Oh, yeah.
We want to talk about that. We go to this show. He's traded to San Diego. He must have been traded to Mars because you couldn't find any Juan Soto. And then when you did, they were so. I
tell them where they were at. Where did you find them?
I found them in boxes. You saw what I showed them, and they were discounted. But I learned. Nat's been taught me something, and I love when I learn stuff, and I thank you for it. So I'm looking at a case of this guy that I've seen at a couple of shows now. He has some really good boxes. Not necessarily, that's where I got a lot of my cards. They're not dollars or nothing like that, and he doesn't have pricing on it. So you're pulling them out, and you're trying to figure it's impossible. So if it feels right, then I go with it. It's just, I don't like that at all. But anyway, he had a Pete Alonso orange, number to 25. Pop 1, which does not surprise me because it is an orange. It's an insert orange of what was it, Bowman's Best, and he was asking probably a tad bit much, but not crazy. But I look beside it, and he has a 10 Juan Soto rookie card for $80. I went, oh, okay, that price is coming down. There's a ton of them out there. It's not like it's hard to find. But beside it, now this is my old school in me. I look beside it, and there's an insert card of like a Bowman or something, Performance Leaders or something, in a 10.
Power Producer, card. I think is one of those.
Was that a Power Booster? For 125. Yeah. And I was like, what? How does an insert card that nobody recognizes as a rookie card base is more than the base rookie card? And I
know of 2 people that's got the gold. I've got a gold PSA 10, and Bart that was on here last week, he's got a gold. I don't know if his is a PSA 9 or a 10.
Right.
We're the only 2 that I know of in our realm that's got that card, and that's, I think, 1 out of 50.
Right.
And that guy's saying his PSA 9, I think it was.
No, it was a 10.
Was it 10?
It was a 10.
Base is work. I've got 2 sheets of them.
Well, but the reasoning you gave me was because it's so the other one was outpriced, and now people are looking, but it defeats the purpose if it goes more than the original.
Yeah, they're still wanting to go get a new car with lesser amenities in it instead of having power windows. You got roll down windows.
It threw me off. I was just like, huh? And I turned around to show you, and scooted off somewhere.
No, I shook my head.
Oh, did you?
I and see all those rookie cards that were in the rookie cards, y'all, were not the US 300 or HMTs or the rookie debuts. These were rookie cards, from other products, but they were also parallels within tops.
Right.
Which, I mean, if you PC Juan Soto, just like I was telling Scott, is that pricing got out of hand. Everybody's looking for the parallels from his rookie year and from the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's it's gained momentum. It's very surprising how high some of these cards can go for. And it's not the flagship. It's even outpriced the flagship.
Andrew, I'm with you on this one. It was hard for me in my friends' room at years. I can't believe you're gonna let your cards go, but I haven't had any problems. I hear very little problems, but when I do, it's cringeworthy. With millions of cards going to those places, there's going to be an issue somewhere every once in a while. So uh, I hear you. And I used to think grading was a joke. I still think there's some bad reasoning behind it now, but it's an addiction. I could stop if I want to, but I don't want to. I'm not a quitter. And
and we still both have the same opinion. Grade what you want to grade.
Right. And
we're not saying that, y'all.
Right. I don't think you have to get it graded. It just makes it easier to know where you stand now as this hobby grows. If you have a graded card opposed to having a raw card, and you do want to sell it in the future, it's just harder to do because now you have two people with their opinions. Oh, this is a good looking card. Oh, no, it's not. But if I have a number grade assigned to it, it's that's what it is. Now, it could be a good 9 or a bad 9 in your opinion, but it's still a 9.
We were both talking, and you've got more experience with the coin hobby than I do, and just kind of dabbling with it. The coin hobby is they don't grade anything unless it's vintage stuff that needs to be graded to make sure it's not counterfeit.
Right.
Why are we not? And I'm not saying just vintage cards, but just as a general rule,
Yeah.
Hey, somebody's trying to make a deal with you. Look, it's a base card. We can verify whether or not this is counterfeit or not. It's not like it's a.
Well, I mean, look what we're doing now. I mean, eBay, you buy something over $200 or $150, and they're going to go and you don't even have a say in it. Neither person.
Yeah, they got to send you a code. Yeah,
it's got to be sent off, authenticated, and everything else.
And then on a price point, depending on the price point, they're restricting you on buying.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. You got to send a code, make sure it's you.
Well, they're going to keep messing around and lose the card market. I think Fanatics wants the whole deal all on their website. Yeah, this is. I was just thinking about this Carlisle the other day. Battery. I started collecting in 1980. Ricky Henderson had one rookie card. By contrast, I've collected 96 unique Freddie Freeman rookie cards from 2011 so far.
Wow.
And I was thinking, okay, this is what I started back in 2019. I'm sitting there collecting on Pete Alonso because he's blown up. I'm like, man, I want his rookie card. I don't have a problem with figuring out. My rookie card to me is the first flagship that's printed in the set. Not a super set, not a super short print, alternate. It's the first one printed in the set that's part of the set.
Hence the flagship.
Right. So $475 Pete Alonso is what I started collecting. So then I started going down the rabbit trails like, oh, well, they got the Chrome version. Then they got this version and that version.
The holiday.
Right now, the holiday. I got 36 cards sitting beside me. That's all his rookie card. And that's just the tippy top of the iceberg when it comes to him. And he wasn't a rookie until his first rookie cards was not released until the second edition, right? Part 2 came out. Top Series 2 came out. So in the first Bowman, there were prospect cards, which I always have fights with people about. And then all the first Don Rosses were regular. He was not in the first Don Ross. He was in Optic as a rookie, I believe. I think I got that right. It's one of those. I have to look. I got a million of those cards, but I can find them all the time. It's harder and harder for me to find the Topps ones now. I can get the blue Father's Day if I want to pay for it, but I can't find the printing plates or the clear. Let's see. Andrew says, I'll buy graded cards on eBay. I would love to be able to walk in and be in the operating room with my card during the grading process. Yeah. What are your opinions on the 2022 Topps Chrome coming out this week?
I'm not buying it.
I will if I can find it in Target or Topps.com at a normal price. I at my hobby shop, usually he doesn't jack the price up either. I've talked about that before. Score More Sports here in Winston-Salem. He gets them and then he sells them at the. I mean, they're a little bit more than they used to be. I keep saying that, but he doesn't jack it up 3-4. I sure when it first starts, it's going to be expensive. But if you hold out, I think it's going to be like the other ones because
I'm gonna
there's no
miss out.
What's right now? I mean,
If I got it, I wouldn't open it.
Really? What's in it that you wouldn't open it? What's everybody going for? Is it short prints of somebody that's Bobby Witt or Julio Rodriguez?
That's what I would have to look at. That's why I'm saying I'm not.
Autos. Wander Franco. Nobody cares about Wander Franco right now, it seems like. So Julio Rodriguez, but he doesn't have a true rookie card yet.
And I think I only saw 2 or 3 Wander Franco cards at the show yesterday. None of them graded.
Right. Yeah, because I'm telling you, man, I've been saying this.
One touches.
Everybody, not everybody, a lot of people are waiting for PSA. More and more shows, I do see more and more SGC and the other ones, but they haven't taken over. And that's what I said. If SGC couldn't do it when PSA was shut down, why do you think they can do it when PSA opens up?
Hopefully they're going to stay in their lane, like I said. Hopefully just stay in their lane, just keep pushing out.
After the checklist came, DA drastically dropped the price. Yeah, because I'm sitting here as a collector. Everybody's griping about this year's rookies, right? Rightfully so. I mean, but again, in baseball, you might not know a rookie's any good till after their career's done. You look at their whole thing, a lot of times. Julio, Bobby, Torque, Abrams, and one more player are in the extended base set as SPs. Yeah,
Abrams would be good,
right?
Bobby.
So that's the short prints, right, Amari? So how many? Who are you going for in that? So you want Torkelson? Do you really want Torkelson? Is that what you're looking for? Bobby Witt, he's doing okay. Is that what we're really looking? No, you're looking for Julio Rodriguez, one guy. I'd rather just buy it straight off of somebody else after about 2 months of it sitting there collecting dust. I was lucky to hit the short print. I bought a box at the show and hit the short print Julio Rodriguez. So I'm done. I know I'm not going to hit another one. So, and that's off getting graded. So, if it's a jacked up price where Chrome usually is, and here's the thing, Chrome update last year started out jacked up, right? Guess what? I can still go on the websites and find it at regular price. I can still go on Target right now and get it from last year. I can still get Holiday from last year. So things are kind of going back to normal. Bowman,
unless it's Sapphire.
Right. Well, Sapphire is different. There's only a limited amount. And so
pissed me off with the Star Wars again yesterday.
How much is that for, you said?
$700.
Right. So, but, I have a box of the what's up, Bobbles? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, B?
And just to let everybody know, Bobbles has a new channel. I'm glad I saw you on here. I've been meaning to mention it. I have been watching it, Bobbles. I just watch it when I'm driving to work because y'all are right to the right length where I listen to half of it on the way and the other half on the way back home. Some interesting stuff on there. Refractor knows his stuff's been around a long time. So give it a listen and report back to me. Give me a report. And that's on Card Chatter. Card Chatter is they put it up in there on the bobbles on your over here in chat. Your name of your thing.
Give them a thumbs up, and if you hate it, give it a double thumbs down.
Yeah, promote it. Put it over there, bobbles. I don't care if you promote. Anybody ever watches this channel, you're free to promote your channels on my stuff. I don't care. The Card Chatter. There you go. There you go.
As long as it ain't porn, we're good with it.
Right. Yeah, but if
hey, we got kids watching.
No, I'm sorry. But anyway, this has been a great chat. I love talking like this. Been great. Grading. I probably didn't make any sense yesterday. I grade with everybody. I have my reasonings. A lot of times it's just, I'm sending to this company today. This just feels right. I like the way this will look in a tux, and I like the way this will look at CSG.
Yeah, that's the way I am too. I agree. I liked your video. I thought that was,
especially if it's my PC. You PC the way you want a PC. I'm the one that's got to look at it. Carlisle is the funniest guy. Sort of impressive that Bob has time for a podcast while running SGC.
Well, it does a lot of telecommuting with them.
Yeah. So and right now they're doing a great thing with Team Mason on that channel as well. So I do want to promote that a little bit.
Y'all seek it out and give it a try.
Yeah, and if you can, please help out Team Mason. If you don't know who that is, he's the young man that pulled the one-of-one judge in that video. He's going through some tough times, and we all should be helping him out. And he's giving back to the children that's in the same situation he is in. So he's an awesome, awesome individual.
And if you go to Facebook, you can find Refractor Jones's there.
Yeah, Refractor Jones
on Facebook.
So with that being said, let's go out on a good note. I decided that was, as long as they're having that show at that one, I probably won't go back to that one. If they decide to go somewhere bigger, I'll give it a try again.
And I've given them feedback.
Oh, you did? Good. And more of those people that have the show should do that and really listen to the feedback. I hope the dealers say something too. The dealers in the middle had plenty of room. The dealers,
not our buddy.
No, I felt bad for him. And we're talking about a guy at a card shop that we will have on this channel. Great gentleman of the local community, and I want to introduce him to our YouTube community. Great man. I talked to him for a few minutes. Very excited about the. No, it wasn't a Tidewater show, Bob.
It's CLT. Man.
Yeah, and
Productions. Yeah.
Yeah, and
he's local to Charlotte.
And the vendors were okay. They just out of touch with reality a little bit. So until next time, like, share, let me know what y'all are talking, going to small shows. I love going to small shows too. I love going to all shows, but going to a small show, you could connect more with the vendors, the dealers. You can really talk to people and get a better feel of what's going on in the communities than when you go to a big show. So in my thoughts, it just feels that way. So that's what I like. So until next time, like, share, and go back through my spiel. Tell a friend. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Been awesome. Love feedback. When we get back with my last 2 videos, I think tonight, and connect with everybody. It's been some great there's some great questions on them, and I have been reading them. I just haven't had a chance to get back to them and answer them all or say anything. But I do love them, and I like them, and I hope we can keep it up. So until next time,
hit the share button,
hit the like button, double tap the thumbs down if you really hated it. Deuces.
Deuces. Later.